Y'all, before we get started, just wanted to let you know quickly that in the description box I'm going to add a chapter selection for each individual animation cancel, and then under each of them I'm going to write out the input order for you in case you're having trouble with the controller visualization on the screen, or if me saying the order just doesn't work for you as well to learn the combinations. I'm going to write out the input order, basically all the buttons that I'm clicking and in which order I'm clicking them. So you can click on the chapter that you want to learn, and I'll have the input order written out for you. Just wanted to let you know that before we start the video, but we'll go ahead and jump in. Alright, what's going on, y'all? This is going to be my animation cancel tutorial. Going to cover a few different things. Going to go ahead and get started right away though. So the first thing I want to cover is a fast recall on the axe. And some of you might already know this. I just want to go over some of the basics first because these are very important in some of the more complicated animation cancels. And I also want to give you the reasoning behind them because it's important to know why certain things are happening so you can figure out other animation cancels either on your own or, you know, find out new ones when you're just messing around. So essentially when you throw the axe and click triangle, that's the typical recall animation. If you click X, you input X before you click triangle, the dodge and then triangle, you can recall it faster. Okay, so that's the normal. This is the sped up. Now when you're doing this, you have to keep in mind which direction you want to dodge. You can dodge forward, you can dodge back, it just depends on what you want to do. So, when you're doing this animation cancel here, you can see the kick is input because as the axe is at your hand, you're considered barehand. So what you're doing is inputting R2 before the axe comes back to you, but you want to start recalling the axe first so that you already have the input and you can start doing other things. So what you're doing is you're throwing the axe, inputting dodge triangle. Before the axe hits your hands, you're clicking R2. So see the kick is in there because I'm considered barehand. Now, as soon as you catch the axe, you're going to click left on the D-pad to switch over to Chaos Blades, and then L2 R1 to do the Hyperion Pull. So it's going to look like this. So you'll kick the enemy away from you and then pull them back with the Hyperion Pull. And that's basically the way that you're going to do that combination. And after each explanation, I'll go ahead and throw in an example on some enemies just so we cover that. But that's the first thing I wanted to cover. Okay guys, so for this next animation cancel, it's going to be a fast charge up on the axe without using the skill. So typically when you get to a certain level, I believe it's 5 or 6, you unlock a skill where when you throw the axe and hold triangle on the recall, it fast charges it. There's an animation cancel that allows you to do that the entirety of early game before you unlock that skill. And the way you're going to do it is when you're barehanded, you click R1, X triangle, R1, L2, R2, and you're going to hold triangle. So R1, X triangle, L2, R2, and holding triangle. So now I have the skill unlocked where you can fast charge up the axe when you throw it. This does not use that though, and I'm going to be showing you an example of me doing this against the Stalker in that early game fight. Like I think you're level 1 when I use this ability, and I'll show it to you again real quick. So extremely useful ability to learn, especially if you plan on doing New Game Plus when they release it, or just going through again and playing the game. But yeah, this is extremely useful for early game, and I'll go ahead and show you guys a clip of me using it in the Stalker fight just to prove that you can use it before you unlock the skill. Okay, yo, there's a animation cancel I wanted to go over briefly with the drop near spear, and that's going to be throwing the spears faster. So typically when you're just holding L2 and throwing the spears, The more spears you throw consecutively, the faster you'll throw. That's a skill you unlock later. However, if you use the Shatterstar Shield, there's an animation cancel you can do, where if you roll your index finger from L1 to L2, and then as you are about to release L2, you click R1, you can throw spears faster. So this is what it's going to look like. You can see you can throw them a lot faster. Fairly simple animation cancel to do. It takes a little bit of time to get the timing down on it, but definitely useful once you get the hang of it. But just wanted to cover that briefly, and we'll go ahead and move on with some of the other ones. Okay guys, so this next one I'm going to show you is going to be the Hyperion Pull combined with the Spear Drill. Now what this is going to look like is this. Okay, so you can see throughout the Hyperion Pull and also through this spear at the same time. Now, I start this combination off the same way I start off the fast recall, kind of that first combination I showed you. You're going to throw the axe, fast recall, input R2, and then after you input the R2, instead of doing like we did on that first combination, you're going to switch over to the drop near spear instead of the Chaos Blades first. Now, once you switch to the spear, so this is where I am right now. Okay, as you're switching to the spear, you need to input L2 R1, just because that's the input for throwing the spear. L2 R1. Okay, so as you switch over to the spear, you're going to input L2 R1, start to charge it up. Okay? Now, as you're charging it up, as soon as that animation starts for throwing it, you're going to switch over to the Chaos Blades. So it'll look like this. Okay, and you don't have to worry about like inputting too many things. You're just gonna stay on that L2 R1. That happens when you don't wait until the axe is back in your hand to switch over. Okay. I'm not letting go of L2 R1. I'm as soon as I switch over to the drop near spear, L2 R1, and there's a short window where you can switch over to the Chaos Blades. I do not let go of L2 R1 though. So you're essentially just going to do this combination, switch over to the Chaos Blades, and then release both, okay? So that's that combination right there. Again, after I finished the explanation here, I will show a short clip of me doing it against an enemy. Alright Joe, so this next one's going to be similar to the last animation cancel. This one's going to be involving the L2 R2 with the drop near spear and the Hyperion Pull. So you're going to start it off the same way you do the other ones, where you throw input the kick before you catch the axe. And the continuation of that is going to be when you switch over to the drop near spear, you're going to click L2 R2 to start this input animation. Okay? To start that animation, and then you're going to switch over to the Chaos Blades to do the Hyperion Pull. Now, what this does is when you kick them, obviously they're going to be shoved away from you. The L2 R2 with the spear is going to push them even further. And as that animation is going off, the Hyperion Pull is going to reach out, grab them, and pull them back. So you're creating space and then pulling them back to you. So this is what it's going to look like. Okay, so a little bit of an explosion. The Hyperion Pull goes out, grabs them, pulls them back in. Now, what's happening here is same thing as the other animation cancels, okay? So you're going to start with throwing the axe, quick recall, input R2. Now, same as the last one, you're going to switch to the drop near spear first. So, my fault. So, okay, so when you switch to the drop near spear, you can see I'm already inputting the L2. I'm already holding down L2. And instead of clicking R1 this time to do the throw animation, you're going to start the R2 animation to charge that up. Now, when you're charging up the R2, switch over to the Chaos Blades this time, and the change timing is the same. So switching from the drop near spear to the Chaos Blades, that short window, it's the same timing for both these. But when you're switching over this time, you're going to release the R2, when you switch to the Chaos Blades, you're going to click R1. So that's the Hyperion Pull and not the charge up. Otherwise, when you push them away, when the Chaos Blades hits them, it's just going to explode on them. It's not going to pull them back. So, okay, so that's what it's going to be. A little bit fast on the change up because you're releasing R2 and then clicking R1, but yeah, that's going to be the combination. It's just slightly different from the last one. The timing is the same for like that short window, switching from the Spirit of the Chaos Blades, but very cool combo. And again, I'll show you a clip of me doing against the enemy right after this.
Incoming right side!
Alright, Joe, this was my animation cancel tutorial. Just wanted to thank you guys for watching. I wanted to say once again that I'm going to have a link in the description under each different chapter for the animation cancels, the individual animation cancels. I'm going to be putting the input order. So if you're having trouble with the controller visualization on the screen or just me saying what I'm clicking, if you go to the description box, I'll have each chapter for each individual animation cancel, and underneath it I will write out each of the input orders for each different move. So that might help you out a little bit more. If you guys enjoyed this, I'd really appreciate if you like and subscribe. I'm going to be coming out with more of this content. I'm going to keep playing God of War Ragnarok for a while. I'm loving the combat system in this game, so definitely you can expect more of these types of videos and just more combat videos in general. Appreciate you guys watching though, and hope all of you have a great day.